Hello, everybody. Welcome along. It is watch along time here on the channel. We put the poll out today, 3 games on TV. Which one did you want us to cover? And this is it. Maybe the biggest game of the day too. Arsenal versus Manchester United in the Premier League. We've already had Sunderland and Middlesbrough and Wolves and Man City and Brentford and Leeds today, and this is the final TV game of the day. So we are going to be here over the next couple of hours talking about the game, talking about what went on yesterday, reacting and debating in the comments. Looking forward to it very much. But what drives these type of shows is your engagement down in the comments, in the chat. Get it moving, say hello, give us your views ahead of the game, during the game, etc., etc. You know the deal. So earlier today then, busy day indeed. Down there in the Championship, Sunderland 2, Middlesbrough 0. Maybe a bit of a surprise. I think a lot of people would have had Middlesbrough a favourite to win that one. Dale Fry, red card. Ross Stewart and Amad Diallo, of course, on loan from Manchester United, who are playing in this game right now. That leaves the league table well looking, especially with West Brom and Middlesbrough, two of the perceived bigger challengers, losing this weekend. That leaves that Championship table looking, very non-competitive at the top end. Burnley and Sheffield United, miles and miles clear. Very competitive in the playoff picture there. Look at that. Watford 44 in third place. And you can go, let's go down 6 points. That's 2 games to 13th and QPR there. You'll see me. My apologies. There we go. Dearie me. Right. I need to press 2 buttons now and brighten that screen up. My bad. Let's do that. And do we look okay? Was that where it was? Sorry, I definitely pressed the wrong button there, didn't I? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to press 2 buttons. Don't panic. It's going to look like that for a second. Then it's going to look like that for a second. Don't panic. I'll make that brighter. Bear with me. There, stop, and there. There we go. Does that look all right? We're not dark enough. Sorry. I pressed back on the wrong screen then. I should have pressed back on this one, which would have nicely taken us across to the 2 Premier League games. Although, oh God, I'm going to have to add that back in now. Technical difficulties. All good fun. Thank you for bearing with me. And you should now, thank you for your patience, be able to see it was Man City 3, Wolves 0. Erling Haaland is rubbish, of course, and makes Man City worse, but scored a hat-trick today. How about that, everybody? So Manchester City get the win, and it was Leeds 0, Brentford 0, 2 of our dearly departed teams we've covered in the Championship, which leaves the Premier League table looking a little something like this ahead of this game. So let's scroll all the way down to find Leeds first in 15th. Not many greens there in their win column. Leeds just 1 point off the relegation zone down there. Brentford, miles up the table. Look at that in 8th place. Not many reds on their form guide, which is always good news. We had Manchester City winning. So that sets up this game very, very nicely, doesn't it? Look, so Manchester City are 2 points behind. Look at their points totals. They're ridiculous in the Premier League, aren't they? Well over 2 points per game up at the top there if you want to win the Premier League, different than any other division in this country for sure. So Manchester City now 2 points behind Arsenal. Manchester United would have been on 41, a little bit closer, had they held on to that lead in midweek against Crystal Palace. But Arsenal, if they can get the win here today, they'll move on to 50 from 19 games, which is, not great. Fantastic. Excuse me. So I'm reading the chat at the same time. So there'll be 5 points clear. 50 points on 19 games is absurdly good, in fact, isn't it? Manchester United win would knock them up into third place behind Manchester City. Right, we'll do teams in just a sec. They're ticking along the bottom, if you will. Ewan, hello. Ben, 5 goals in the Man United win. I'll take it. The 5 goals, that is. I have no dog in the fight. And huge game in the title race. Both looking over their shoulders, worrying about Leicester. Stop it. Paul, how am I? I'm okay. I'm a bit stressed out after clicking the wrong button a minute ago and taking everybody out the stream. But we're there. We're back. Mike, just about to message to see if this is happening. Good to see. Good to see you too, fella. Jason, hello. Paul, Arsenal 2, Man United 1, the other way. Leeds lacking some green in that form table. Yeah, very, very much so. Leather sandals. Larry, 1-0 to the Arsenal or 4-5. Either way, I think he's covered all bases there and all extremities. Let's have a look at the teams then. As ever, let me know who you are looking forward to seeing playing today. And if I click the right buttons, which I'm not doing very often today, you will see our 2 teams up there. Of course, during the show, you can get any comments in on yesterday. I am hosting the Blue Monday podcast at 8 p.m. So if you want to ask me about my team, Ipswich, save that for 8 p.m. because we'll do a whole show on that. So for Arsenal in goal, Ramsdale, he was having fun at Spurs the other day. See if he can keep out of trouble today. Bless him. Ben White, who we covered in the Championship at Leeds, didn't we? He's playing at right back these days for the Arsenal. Willie Saliba, only 21. They've worked that well because he went out on loan, didn't he? Now well and truly in the first team. Gabriel, the other side. And Alexander Zinchenko, former Manchester City player, makes up the back four there. In midfield, Ødegaard, the captain, who is probably in with a shout for Football of the Year at the moment, isn't he? He's a superb player. Thomas Partey is going to anchor that midfield with Granit Xhaka, who's been flavour of the month, villain of the month, and everything in between at Arsenal. Bukayo Saka, who is very much flavour of the month, and as an England fan, I'm all over it. He'll play down the right. Eddie Nketiah up top, down the middle. Again, another one who was on loan at Leeds back in the day. Didn't really get on the pitch very much, but there you go. Gabriel Martinelli, another Brazilian. Give us your thoughts on that Arsenal side. On the bench, Smith Rowe, Trossard, new signing, Marquinhos, Lokonga, Vieira, not that one, Tierney, Holding, Tomiyasu, and Turner. For Manchester United, David De Gea in goal, playing about his 1 millionth game, still only 32 as well. Play a good few more years, couldn't he? Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, who seems a bit happier playing under Ten Hag than previous managers at United. Rafael Varane is partnered with Lisandro Martinez, World Cup winning centre-back for Argentina. Luke Shaw is the left back. Another England face there. Scott McTominay, I believe, is the only change. He'll play in deep midfield with Christian Eriksen because of the suspension to Casemiro. 3 off the front. Anthony, the Brazilian, down the inside right channel. Bruno Fernandes is in the 10 position. There is the great Alex Ferguson and David Beckham as well. Happy days. I hope they're all friendly. They're all saying hello there. Has Beck seen Sir Alex? I wonder. Marcus Rashford, who's in magnificent form, will be down the same side likely as Saka. So the 2 England players both in form, playing down that side of the pitch, almost against one another at times. Wout Weghorst up top for Man United, on loan from Burnley in the Championship. How about that, everybody? What a strange series of events there. On the bench, Garnacho, Elanga, Pellistri, Fred, Mainu, Maguire, Malacia, Lindelof, and Heaton. You can see there, Casemiro suspended. Let's have a look at your comments before we get into this one. How long have we got before kickoff? About 6 minutes. So get your comments in get the debate going. Got 0-0 all over it this match. Well, there you go. Scrooge McScrooge in the chat there. I was waiting to see Wolves play today. Still waiting. Yep. I think that ship may have sailed, Stefan. Ewan, Arsenal 4-2. Goals, goals, goals. We love goals. You love goals. We hope we get plenty today. Vindaloo, welcome. Andy, I have an odd feeling about this game. We'll elaborate, Andy. Tell us what your odd feeling is. The players are out in the tunnel there. You can see the, separate tunnels, in fact, by the look of it, at the Emirates. Gunners win for me by 1 or 2, says Vindaloo. Let's just bring that table up one more time and see the permutations. Once again, an Arsenal win would take them on to 50 points from 19 games, 5 clear of Manchester City, who are menacingly looking in there. We know Man City are capable at any point of winning 8 games out of 9 or 7 in a row, or even more than that. We've seen them do it before. If Manchester United were to get the win, they'd go on to 42 points and tuck in behind Manchester City, just 3 points behind. Let's go to some comments. Zoran, Man United 2-1, Man United 3-1. There we go. Thoughts on Weghorst? Not convinced he's a great signing, even if he fits the system in theory. I suspect the argument is he was the best they could get at this point in time in this window. Obviously, they managed to do a loan deal as well, so he probably ticks a fair few boxes that way. I'm sure, no offence to the player, I'm sure they can do better. They can get a bigger start in there, but that's the deal at the moment, isn't it? Who do I think wins the league? I hate to be boring about it, but you'd imagine Manchester City will blast through, like I said, 10 or 12 games in some point in the second half, score 30 points in 12 games or something like that, and either go into the sort of remaining games right tight or go past Arsenal. But we love a bit of variety, don't we? It's nice to see maybe I know Arsenal have always been one of the biggest teams, one of the wealthiest teams, but it'd be nice to see a non-state-owned team, let's just say, winning the title. Although Liverpool did manage to win 1 title off Manchester City and score 99 points or something in another season and not manage it. Need Arsenal to win to maintain Fulham's hope of a Champions League place. How about that, eh? How about that? I'd rather City than Arsenal. Each to their own. All opinions are loud. Allowed? Allowed? Within reason, obviously. Devil's in the detail, right? Let's just go through these teams one more time. We are 4:28, about to start this big game in the Premier League. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button. In fact, let's do that right now. If you wouldn't mind, everybody all at once, do just hit that like button. See if we can push us up the rankings in the watch-along stakes here on YouTube. Do hit the like button. Am I light enough? After I press that wrong button, I wonder. Let me do that. There we go. We turned it up a tiny little bit. You can see a shadow that side on my face. There we go. I could turn that light on. What has just gone on in here now? Something's just changed. Dear oh me. The light's all over the shop. Isn't it? Right. We are about to get going in this one. I've got flickery light syndrome. It's going to be one of those days tech-wise, isn't it? You can just feel it. Come on, light bulbs. Work with me here. I'll turn it back up a little bit because it just seemed to go a little bit darker. Right, my bad. Okay, teams, one more time. Ramsdale in goal for Arsenal. There's definitely some flickering going on in here. And I don't know which of the many lights. It's definitely that one, isn't it? Yeah, we may have an issue light-wise. Hopefully that stays working. Ramsdale in goal for Arsenal. White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Odegaard, Partey, and Xhaka. Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah up top for Manchester United. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, Shaw across the back. The double pivot there in midfield. McTominay, Eriksen, Anthony Fernandes and Rashford off the front, and Weghorst up top on loan from Burnley. There we go. Big game. This will have thousands of watch-alongs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This was the one that voted for. That light is really flickering now. Is it going to go? I wonder. Is it going to go? Guys, bear with me. We're just about to kick off. I'm going to change my setup really, really quickly because I think that bulb is on its way out. I will keep talking. The game has indeed kicked off. You can probably still hear me around the back. Let's press that button and that button. And there we go. My apologies. Does that look any different, any better? Not quite so good on my face, is it? There we go. Right, we are go, go, go. My apologies there. A light bulb looks like it's just about to pop, which is not ideal. The second a watch-along game is about to kick off. Can we go a bit brighter there? I think we can. And we are all go. My apologies. Complete tech nightmare today. Arsenal straight away on the attack. Slid in to Martinelli down the left-hand side. He tries to cross it. Blocked out by Wan-Bissaka. Corner to Arsenal. Let's just bang the score up. And away we go. Isn't happy with the lights. Look like it's going to blooming explode. Never mind. Mr. Safe. Never mind, Mr. Professional. Nat. Evening to you, sir. Corner comes in. Cleared away at the near post by Bruno Fernandes. And Saka was last man on the ball there as well. Just steps away. If he got caught, he was in big trouble, wasn't he? Saka exchanges passes with Partey. Odegaard switches it out. Lively start in this one. Martinelli crossing position back to Odegaard. Decent shooting position. Completely missed his kick. On they go again. It's going to be another corner. Arsenal have started like an absolute train in this one. Looking very tasty thus far. All 1 minute, 50 seconds in. Corner taken short. Zinchenko. Oh, nicely worked in. Ben White's got loads of space. Puts it across to the near post. Oh, Arsenal have started really well. The shots kind of put wide. I think it's Partey who got there. Completely found himself in loads of space there. White, really nicely worked. It's poor from Partey. Actually, should do better with that. We didn't get the best angle in the entire world. Good start by Arsenal. Manchester United short goal kick, which De Gea ends up clipping out to Shaw. Arsenal press looks pretty ferocious. They're certainly at these first seconds. Rashford picks it up on halfway. Manchester United win a throw-in. First chance for them to just kind of calm things down and stop the incessant Arsenal swarming all over them early in this one. Again, apologies. Light literally went down at the start of the show. Fortunately, we have backup. White knocks that in to Saliba. Gabriel back to Saliba. White has it. Who is the ref? It looks like Anthony Taylor, but I will double check that. Rashford down the left. Goes back and forth with White. Fernandes, edge of the box. He just has it taken off him by Odegaard. And here comes an Arsenal counter with Martinelli 1v1 with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Martinelli's carried it a long way, but Wan-Bissaka's just running with him. He's all the way into the box. Wan-Bissaka's done really well, actually. Takes it off him clean as a whistle. And Manchester United come away. Callum, defence is turning into an embarrassment. McFadden is vital. He's back next week. Must be talking about Coventry then. They conceded 4 yesterday against Norwich. Christopher, Arsenal are strong to win if they bring Trossard on for the second half. He's on the bench, the new signing from Brighton. Although it's Manchester United attacking it down the left-hand side. Shaw puts it in near post. Cleared out. Bad touch by Eriksen. Although he gets his body in the way of Odegaard, who then fouls him. Doesn't look like Wan-Bissaka is still for sale. No, he's certainly upped his status at Manchester United, hasn't he? After looking like it wasn't going to work out there. Spent a load of money on him as well from Palace, didn't they? Arsenal back behind the ball. Manchester United have got it on halfway with Martinez. Rashford beats White, but Saliba across on the cover. Who do Manchester United miss most? Pogba, Cristiano Ronaldo, or Casemiro? Difficult question. Mike says Casemiro, so we'll go with that as the answer. Love the channel, Benjamin. Up the blades, says toss pot. Potting away. Down the right-hand side is Anthony, who's got very fast feet. Managed to get it into Fernandes, Wan-Bissaka, Fernandes inside, McTominay. McTominay gets it back off Weghorst. A good little spell for Manchester United these last 2 minutes. Now they've been in possession and holding the territory. Martinez, little clip through the middle. Oh, is that going to make it all the way through? Ramsdale comes out. Fernandes goes down. It wasn't clever by Ramsdale, I have to say. He didn't see Fernandes coming, did he? Not an unreasonable shout by Fernandes. Let's have a look at this one. He does get there second, Ramsdale. Fernandes gets there first, but there's no foul, in my humble opinion. Let's have a look. I mean, they bump into each other. I don't think that necessarily constitutes a foul, as we always say. Not all contact is a foul. Not all fouls are a yellow card, and not all bad fouls are a red card. There is such thing as nuance. Why is it not on Radio 5? I've got no idea, Gaza. Write a strongly worded letter. What's going on at Ipswich, Andy? I don't know if you heard me say at the start. I'm hosting the Blue Monday podcast tonight, 8 p.m. So we could talk all about that in that particular forum. Won't be discussing that here and now, because I'll be talking about it for an hour later on. Mind blown over, I don't know what that means. Probably don't want to know, do I? Afternoon, anyway. Varane at the back. Martinez, last man again on the ball. Strong enough. Plays it into the channel for Rashford. Good game, this one. Early on, Arsenal came out like men possessed for the first couple of minutes. Manchester United have warmed into it the last few minutes, probably in the better side since that crazy good start for Arsenal. Partey had the best chance of the game so far on the near post. Stuck it round the keeper into the side net and probably should have done better. Sky haven't given us the greatest angle on that one, I have to say. Don't forget to hit the like button and keep that chat flowing. Keep your opinions coming in on the game. Any comments from yesterday's games or Friday night, 2 championship games as well to talk about. Games earlier today as well. Sunderland beating Middlesbrough in that game up in the northeast. Erling Haaland scoring a hat-trick as well for Manchester City in a 0-0 between Leeds and Brentford as well. Ian, welcome along, sir. He can tell us about the big game in League 2 yesterday. Stevenage winning 3-0 handsomely against Leyton Orient. All worked inside left position there. Martinelli curls a shot right-footed. Sticks that well over the bar. Bit of space there. Wan-Bissaka not exactly tight. That all stemmed actually from David De Gea clipping the ball over to the sort of left-back position and out it went. What's going on here? Would you believe referee Taylor has actually penalised, I think it was Partey, or was it Nketiah, excuse me, for being inside the penalty box when the goal kick was taken there. You don't see it get picked up on very often, but he's a stickler, hey? There is Leandro Trossard on the bench. 9 goal contributions for Brighton this season. Sky tells us. I'm sure we'll be seeing him at some point later on in the proceedings. 9 minutes 40 on the clock. 0-0. Arsenal versus Manchester United up at the top in the Premier League, first versus 4th. Fernandes again gets caught by Odegaard. Nice high turnover here. Odegaard, little too clever pass. Was it? Although Martinelli's worked the space, works the shot as well. He's got quick feet, Martinelli. And that's twice Odegaard has won a 50-50 with Fernandes, who's chuntering away at Gabriel. Weghorst is about a foot taller than him and gets up in his grill. Bold prediction. One of Chelsea or Liverpool will finish outside the top 7. There we go. I think we are very close to having a female referee for Premier League. We never had one. We must have one. We had one in the Championship yesterday, didn't we? The game is on 5 Live on the PC. There we go. Everton have said they will make a decision on Lampard's future in the next 24 hours. Not going well for good old Frank. Fair shout, Mike. Depends on injuries. Worst Premier League since it started. I don't like getting into a league, one year being worse than the other. I think you could talk about particular sections of any league, but it's too broad to compare one league, one season to one the next with 20 teams. That's just my take for what it's worth. Zinchenko pops the free kick in too deep, although Varane still plays it. It's cut back and cleared by Weghorst. Foot race between it's Gabriel, wasn't it? And Rashford. You don't want to get in a race with him, although he had a bit of a head start. Gabriel, I believe, and won it. Oh, turned over now again and worked out to the left-hand side for Arsenal. Martinelli comes in. Martinelli tries to put it across to Nketiah, and it's clear. They haven't managed to get Saka in the game yet. Excuse me, it's Ben White in that foot race, not Gabriel at all. They don't look alike at all either, so excuse my mistake. Here is Martinelli getting plenty of the ball. It's all down that side of the pitch, the Arsenal left at the moment. Game's flowing quite nicely, isn't it? We've had Arsenal on top, Man United on top, now Arsenal on top a bit again. Anthony's got it down the right. Anthony, all nice feet into the box. Went down a bit dramatically there. Referee Taylor, not interested. Frank needs to stick to the Championship for a few seasons. Might help. Perhaps getting that Chelsea job, a lot of people think, a little bit too early into his managerial career. Struggling at Everton at the moment, but more seasoned managers than he have struggled at that particular club. Wan-Bissaka. Varane. Wan-Bissaka. Anthony. Nice little ball down the line. McTominay. Anthony. Nice patient stuff from Manchester United until that cross goes in and obviously gets cleared away as soon as I praise them. Martinez knocks that one back home to De Gea. Probably a good time to look at the numbers. Feels very even, doesn't it? Although the shot count is very heavily in Arsenal's favour because it's 4-0. But you can see the possession is 53-47 in Manchester United's favour. 2 corners for Arsenal as well. Perhaps they're edging it on managing to win those corners and get those couple of shots off in this first 13 minutes, but there's nothing in it to my eye test thus far. Good game. Keep your comments coming in via the chat. Saka tries to work that inside. Everton is the Premier League Birmingham for owners, I think. Both clubs never have much luck. I thought you might have gone for a club closer to home with your comparison there, Andy. Cross whipped into the back post there. Wan-Bissaka looks a bit unsure of himself, sticks it out for a corner. Could have just let that one go, couldn't he? It was going out. No one behind him, but they didn't quite communicate it. Corner then for Arsenal, which Martinelli is going to take. And it goes near post. Big header clear by McTominay. Ødegaard. They look a bit more of a powerful side, perhaps in the air. Maybe with McTominay and Weghorst and Varane seeming to win a few of these thus far. When it goes in there from the corners. It's given away. And Shaw can knock it back to De Gea. Yeah. I'm talking about Andy spending a bit of money and not getting anywhere with it, unfortunately, which has happened at Everton over the last, 5 or 6 years, hasn't it? Seem to have spent plenty to not get what they wanted, let's just say. 0-0 in this one. Carried forward by Varane. Wan-Bissaka tries to beat Martinelli. Flag has gone up. We didn't get the wide shot of that, so I'm guessing Fernandes came offside and back on. 16 on the clock, 0-0 here. Keep your comments coming in as ever. Give me your takes throughout the game. Always good to hear how you see it going. Then it's not just my opinion that gets spouted out, hey? Who wants to hear just that, right? Martinez clips it forward from centre-back. Headed away. And Saka's got it for Arsenal. Rashford, all lovely feet by Rashford. Rashford hits the shot. What a goal! Oh, he is so good at the moment, Rashford. I was going to say how quiet he'd been. That's a brilliant goal by Rashford. Runs over to the corner flag and gives it that celebration. He's barely had a touch, Rashford. He just comes in from the inside left position, works it out of his feet and smashes it into the bottom corner. Absolutely brilliant from Rashford, who I believe something like 8 goals in 8 games before this one. And he's done it again, Rashford, to give Manchester United the lead. It's just a bit messy. Rashford gets it. Oh, he beats his man as well, Partey. What a finish as well. Just smashes it into the bottom corner. Brilliant stuff from Rashford. They did give the ball away, but then Rashford just, look at that finish. Swerves it outside the post, inside. What a player he looks at the moment. Ramsdale's not getting that one, just swerves the finish. He's got such a powerful shot, Rashford, hasn't he? What a goal by Marcus Rashford. Ten Hag celebrates it. And Manchester United lead 1-0 in this one. Wow. Get in. First shot and in. Beautiful goal by Marcus Rashford. Let's have a look at his last few games up on the screen if we can. The ever animated Mikel Arteta is waving all over the place. Rashford has just been fouled, and when he's at it, Rashford. Have a look at that on the screen. It's Ben White who's just cleaned him out. He didn't score against Palace, but Luke scored against Manchester City, 2 against Charlton, against Everton, against Bournemouth, against Wolves. Didn't score against Forest and against Burnley. Just in absolutely superb form. I wish he'd scored in the game against France on the 10th of December. I think we all know what happened in that one, but absolutely tremendous goal from Marcus Rashford, who is just in absolutely brilliant form. Let's bring the table up and see how that has things looking at the moment in game. Here is your live league table. Up to 42. good news for their neighbours, Manchester City, as well. That goal by Marcus Rashford. Going to be tough. Yes, indeed. But Arsenal have looked a very good side this season. Going to have to come from behind in this one. The in-form Rashford with the goal. Oh, and they're trying to get him away on the counter there as well. Intercepted by Saliba. Saka has got it and he draws the foul from Luke Shaw. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 1. Zinchenko knocks it back. And now you can see Manchester United have just grown an inch, haven't they? They can just sit there and be tough for a while and play on the counter, can't they? Unless Arsenal score, the 3 points are going Manchester United's way in this one. Long way to go, but that's the situation Arsenal are going to have to overcome. And go United. Going is exactly what they are doing. Indeed, Saka now into the box. Saka, it's knocked across to Granit Xhaka. And Nketiah had the shot. It was closed down. Saka seemed to have loads of time there. He carried it so deep into the box. Touched by Xhaka. I wonder if he could quickly have spun and got the shot away there. Arsenal need to get Saka on the ball more. Well, there you go. I think point proven there. Go Man U. Again, go is exactly what they are doing. Corner to Arsenal. 21 on the clock. Saka puts it in low. Cleverly worked. Shot driven in wide of the post by Martinelli. They've had their openings, haven't they? Inside the penalty box, Manchester United. There was a definite... you could see the angle he could hit that one at, Martinelli. Although, to be fair, Martinez, the Argentine, closes him down nice and quickly. But a curler outside to in, any kind of finish is anywhere near as good as Rashford's was for Manchester United. And there was going to be trouble there, wasn't there? And Nketiah, again, getting told off by referee Taylor for entering the box before the goal kick is taken, which he is not permitted to do, of course. Martinelli trying to get to the byline there. I think he's won a corner. Cross blocked. Saka needs more pace on the... Well, he's got plenty of that. They just need to get it to him a bit earlier, don't they, Christopher? I think score prediction for Norwich v Burnley, Tom, we will be doing that. I'm guessing on Wednesday we'll probably film the next round of championship predictions. So I won't go any further than that. I didn't realise they were playing up next. Actually, that'd be interesting on that. Zinchenko. Little feed in to Xhaka. Back to Zinchenko. Uses the ball so well, Zinchenko. Odegaard. Xhaka crosses in. Huge chance. And there is the equaliser from Eddie Nketiah. And this really good game has another goal. Nketiah, we've got all the celebrations today. Hold the phone. He's got the equaliser. And you've got to give Zinchenko lots of credit there. I was going to say, in the build-up, you can tell he's been coached by Pep Guardiola. He just uses the ball so well, doesn't he? And it could have just been pinged into the box. He plays a pass that I didn't see. The cross went in. I think it was Granit Xhaka, wasn't it? We're going to see the replay. Now, there's the pass from Zinchenko. Xhaka gets 2 goes at it. Zinchenko again. Little outside of the foot. Odegaard, Xhaka, really good cross. And you have to say, Wan-Bissaka, from an England point of view, loses his man there. And Nketiah just blindside run. Round the back of him he goes. Good movement from Nketiah. Wan-Bissaka will be in trouble with his teammates for losing his man. But sometimes you do have to say good cross, good movement, easy header in the end. De Gea isn't saving that. And yeah, the technical area knew that was a goal before it even went in. Such a good cross, and it is 1-1. Good stuff this in the Premier League. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. Rashford, the hot hand for Manchester United, giving them the lead. And the equaliser from Eddie Nketiah. In fact, I had the live league table up on the other page. There we go. As you were, 1 point added on for each team. 48 for Arsenal as things stand. 40 for Manchester United. I assume if you're Pep Guardiola and you're Manchester City, you probably want Manchester United to win this one and just take the points out of Arsenal. But it's no biggie for Manchester City in between these two sides if they both drop points. Here's Partey towards the edge of the box. Partey, Nketiah puts it to the back post over Saka's head. Ødegaard, really good game this. On the right, Ødegaard, lovely little prodded, dinked ball. Saka puts the cross in and cleared away by Scott McTominay. Keep your comments coming. Oh, 2 weeks from now, Tom. Oh, you're well ahead of me, fella, in the chat. We still got time. Yes, indeed. Let's go Gunners. Come on, Arsenal. I've seen troops on the TV from Arsenal Fan TV. There we go. I'm sure they're at every game, aren't they? Sure the camera accidentally picked them out, hey? 26 gone. Arsenal 1, Man United 1. Really good game. This, really enjoying it. Good quality from both teams. Brilliant opening goal by Rashford on 17. And Nketiah equalises close range header after good work from Zinchenko in the build-up and a lovely cross from Granit Xhaka. The movement all over the pitch is different level from what I'm used to. Well, your side's been pretty good for 18 months, hasn't it, Mike? But yeah, it's a really good game, isn't it? Probably Arsenal are edging it, but when you've got Rashford at the moment, he's worth a goal every game. And he's got that goal as well today, hasn't he? Don't forget to hit the like button, not just for the stream, but for the game. It's really, really good. Tom, seems like Wagner is at a very, you're telling me, Norwich on fire under David Wagner. 8 goals and 2 wins in their first 2 games, getting the fabled new manager bounce. Ødegaard, who's a busy little bugger, isn't he? Wins it off Rashford. Gets rid, but Wan-Bissaka wins it. This is so entertaining, this game. Wan-Bissaka from Anthony. Manchester United now firing back. 4 points from 2 games. Yes, very impressive from Rotherham the last 2 games. Really good result for them at Watford yesterday, and they did lead in that one as well. There's one over the top for Nketiah to chase. Looks like he's got legs on the United back 4 there. Knocked back to Ødegaard. Oh, good defending by Martinez there. Just fair contact shoulder charge there. Weghorst, lovely pass around the corner out to Anthony, who's 1v1 with Gabriel. Zinchenko goes to help him out. Anthony. McTominay hits the shot. Good save by Ramsdale. It's just a really good game, this, isn't it? Manchester United on the counter there. Anthony, really good close control, dribbling skills. We know he's got that up his sleeve. And Ramsdale equal to it, forcing the save. Apologies with the lighting today. We had one of the lights go out literally as the game kicked off. Got a notice saying QPR Bristol City been moved. Yes, indeed. Would I know anything about it? Well, the King Charles, is having his coronation on the 6th. So all games have been moved. Someone will correct me in the chat. I believe, so May the 6th will be the coronation. I think then May the 7th is Premier League and League 2. Is that, or League? No. And League 1. And then Championship and League 2. Something like that. It's all split across the Sunday and the Monday now. May the 7th and the 8th. Corner, Manchester United. In it goes, headed away by Gabriel. Ericsson tried to put it back in. There's the danger man, Rashford. Rashford has fouled his man. I think they're Saliba, and it's going to be a free kick. Real Madrid, Sol Casemiro and Ødegaard. Yep, revolving door in and out at Real Madrid, isn't it? And they're quite happy to sign and sell as they go. But yeah, a couple of good players. There is the great, maybe the greatest, Sir Alex Ferguson in the stand. He'll be enjoying this one. Took charge of 71 games for Manchester United just against Arsenal. Come on then, tell us his record. I bet he won at least 50 of them, didn't he? Although actually, no, he probably didn't. Some 20 years of Arsene Wenger probably in that somewhere as well, isn't there? Ben White with the throw-in for Arsenal. 30 minutes gone. 1-1. Keep the chat moving. Keep the comments coming. And keep the likes coming. Hit the thumbs up button. You can get your thoughts in on this game and anything that happened yesterday or Friday or today in... Let me rephrase that. Anything that happened over the weekend across all 4 divisions, we'll happily talk about it here. Here's Zinchenko. Zinchenko inside. Martinelli. Martinelli drives forward inside left position. Oh, he tries to poke that through to Nketiah. It's worked over to Odegaard. Saka tries to give and go. Odegaard's got it in the box. Odegaard works the angle, tries to put it across. McTominay is in the right place at the right time. Best relegation battle in the Premier League for a long time. Plenty involved, you, and I agree with that. Dave, legend, good afternoon to you. And Nat, I think we've already said hello to in the chat down there. Welcome. All the regulars, keep the comments going. Really do appreciate all your support as ever, guys. Goal kick to Manchester United. We're having some Premier League fun. The poll that we put up on Friday, thank you everybody for voting in that. 1,000 votes. And I think 50% wanted us to watch this game. And so, here we are. Southampton are in trouble. Should go with Everton in the Championship next season. God, that'd be interesting. Be some new clubs in the Championship, wouldn't it? Southampton and Everton. God, Everton. Have they ever been in the second tier? Feels like they've never been relegated. I might be right about that. Actually, someone will let me know in the chat. Southampton last in the second tier. God, 2010, 9, that sort of time, wasn't it? Nigel Adkins, Ricky Lambert. Feels like it. Everton never. I don't think they have they? Feels like Arsenal and Everton have never been relegated. I remember for years it was Coventry as well. Were like 30 years in the top division, weren't they? Never went out. Spurs as well. When did they last get relegated? Have they ever been relegated? Manchester United, of course, relegated in the early 70s. The yellow card is coming out. It's the second yellow of the game. Who's he booked there? I think he might have booked Mikel Arteta. 1957, someone said. Is that Spurs? It was Shaw who fouled Saka. That didn't look like a yellow card. Arteta is saying 4 times, presumably for fouls on Saka. And I think he got booked. It'd be nice if Sky showed us a graphic, but we don't know, frankly. Apparently, they finished bottom in 1950-51. There you go. We're talking about Spurs, I think. So, yeah, maybe Everton. Is that right? Are we right that, can anyone confirm Everton and Arsenal are the only teams to never be relegated? Shaw, Martinez, Willock's confidence is shot. Yeah, he doesn't look good this season, does he? Jamal, though, I do like. Dave, he's a good player, scored for QPR yesterday. Played in the Championship for Swansea and Bournemouth. Is that right? Forgive me. So much useless information there. Everton. There you go. Maybe it's just Spurs then. Ericsson, switch of play. Nice ball. Anthony. Oh, lovely pass by Anthony, was it? No, cut out. Lovely idea outside of the foot. He's got it again. Anthony drifts inside. Oh, what a good dribbler he is. Just get a foot in the end. Xhaka. Fernandez pokes it through. Good positioning by Zinchenko. Arsenal clear. Martinez, high line there for Manchester United. Last man knocks it back to De Gea, who very calmly knocks it to Ericsson and then gets it back. 1-1. Really good game, this one, guys. Rashford with the opener, 17. Great goal as well. And Nketiah, close-range header for 1-1, 24th minute. Reportedly, that's Bristol City in Anya's case, I'll fill in the gaps, wanted low. Would have been a low-risk signing. Yeah, it would. Yeah, good player. Like him a lot. Zinchenko takes on Anthony. Outside of the foot to Nketiah. Nice ball back by Nketiah to Zinchenko. Playing a game amongst themselves, those two. Partey, Zinchenko. 1954 was Everton's last season outside the top division. How many years is that? Someone had that up? 68? Says my quick maths, which is normally wrong. 69, if we're 2023 now. I still think we're 22. Saka crosses that in. Is there a handball shout there? Against Shaw? Had his arm up, didn't he? Maybe it didn't hit it. We'll find out in a second. Although they're more keen to show... Oh, he ran on the pitch, didn't he, Arteta? Is he on the pitch there? Or is he out of his technical area? He's definitely been booked for something or other. I think one of the games Arteta... Who was it against? Was it against Newcastle? Was going crazy on the touchline. He's been booked today. Corner for Arsenal, which Saka is going to take. In it goes. They let it bounce. Gone all the way across. Cleared by Wan-Bissaka. Moving out of Goodison to the new ground to play in the Championship. They thought that might happen to West Ham, didn't they, when they moved to the London Stadium? Alas, no. Oh, I'm sure they'd still fill it, Andy. Good old loyal supporters up at Everton, aren't they? Turn out in their numbers. Fernandez, nice slide tackle in the corner. Anthony on the counter. Arteta has found a new level of spicy as a manager. He loves it, doesn't he? Oh, here's Rashford. No, can't quite get on it there. The red-hot Rashford. Gabriel gets in the way and gets it clear. Arteta does need to be a bit careful. He's kind of taking the mickey. He's like stood just in front of the technical box the whole time. And I know it's pedantic, but he's giving the referee a decision to make if he stands outside it just constantly the whole match. Erik Ten Hag looks a whole lot more calm. But whatever works. It's 1-1 at the moment. Little clip of the heels there. I think Martinez is saying accidental coming together there, but they've given the foul. Looks like Martinez actually has got a smack. Well, I don't know if it was an elbow in the eye. Looks like he's got a bruise coming up there and he's going to have a black eye by the looks of it in the second half. We'll see. Zinchenko. By the way, friends, if you're enjoying this, we've got a great community over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. I think the lowest tier is about £2 and you can come and join us. £2 a month, that is, of course. Come and join us in the WhatsApp group and in the roundtables. We'll chop it up once a month. What a terrible pass by Ben White there. So have a think about that if you're a regular here. Really good bunch of lads in there. I can see Dave and Mike, Anir. Sorry if I've missed anybody out there who's in the Patreon. Fernandez looks after that one. Ericsson. Back to Fernandez, left-hand side. Curling cross by Fernandez, headed away. It's going to be a throw-in. United doing better than I expected without Casemiro. I agree with that, actually, Vindaloo. McTominay's been good, actually, hasn't he? He's had a few right place, right time clearances. We've said, oh, McTominay clears it away or heads it away, etc., etc. Fernandes. You can also support via Super Chat if you fancy here, although it's absolutely free to hit the thumbs up button. So do that. I know the pennies are tight. Tell me about it. My tax bill is about to come. It's that time of year for me. So we know the pennies are tight after Christmas. And that thumbs up button is absolutely free. Martinez. Varane. Wan-Bissaka. Eriksen. Martinez. Fernandes. Eriksen. Arsenal just in defensive shape at the moment. Not that they're playing defensively. We know they'll spring out as soon as they get the ball. Anthony puts the cross into the near post. I think that might have got deflected on the way through. Ramsdale, really good gather and a really good throw out as well. Partey. United win it back. Here's Rashford. They want to double mark him. He's going down the left-hand side, Rashford. All the way over to the corner flag. Good play by Rashford. Knocks it back to Shaw, England teammate. Patient from Manchester United. Varane. Look a decent side, don't they? Eriksen. Varane. Anthony. Arsenal just sat behind the ball. Martinez. Varane. Oh, nice little dummy. You thought they were just going to speed up the attack there after being so patient. In fact, I think whoever dummied that, was it Fernandes, had come from an offside position. Patreon, well worth it. A lot of great people with great knowledge. Very much so. Sometimes I get annoyed with people for only talking about their club, but on Patreon, it's really worthwhile because we've got the time there to get that club-specific focus. Plenty of fans represented. Please join. You can hear me endlessly respect Chris Martin. It's no way to talk about Coldplay, is it? But Championship legend, Chris Martin. How about that? 42-20 on the clock. 1-1. Arsenal 1. Manchester United 1. Poor kick from Ramsdale. He apologises. Manchester United throw-in. Which Luke Shaw is taking his time. Mikel Arteta looks like he's had too much coffee. All over the place, bless him. Oh, giveaway by Partey right in the corner of the box. They're coming together, actually. Be interested to see whether that looked like any kind of foul. My first instinct was it wasn't, and referee Taylor says nothing. Is Gabriel Saliba and Ben White at right back. Arsenal just getting back on the ball. Manchester United had a fair good chunk of possession leading into half-time. Well, we're coming up to half-time. Last few minutes for sure. Zinchenko. Cross comes in early by Xhaka, who did set the goal up, didn't he? McTominay looks after it. Shaw plays it into Fernandes, who has a lovely first touch and then gives it away. Saka's driving forward, but it looks like I think there's been a foul on Rashford. Prior to that, by Ben White. Looked like a soft one, that one to me. Although in slow motion, maybe you couldn't quite tell that he'd just gone into the back of him. Fulham v Tottenham tomorrow night. I think we'll be in pre-record mode on the channel tomorrow. Let us know what you want to talk about. on the channel tomorrow. Championship looking pretty predictable at the top, sadly. Burnley and Sheffield United away and clear. Maybe we can do a Premier League video, a League One video. We'll figure it out tomorrow. Can't be bothered to think about that now. Blue Monday podcast tonight. I will be hosting, not on this channel, obviously on the Blue Monday channel. Talking about my team, Ipswich, if you're about later. Should be a good old pity party, shouldn't it? Saliba drifting forward. Martinelli knocks that one inside. Zinchenko, ooh. Was that a shot or was it a cross? It turned into a pretty good looking cross, and Ketia tried to gamble at the far post and was not far off getting there. I wonder if he could have thrown himself at that. Easy to say after the fact. Oof. Who am I free to go down? Well, John, I did that very video a few weeks ago. So you can check that one out. Who's going down, I think it's called. Ooze. Watch along Fulham v Spurs. I don't think I'll get permission 2 nights running, Mike. But maybe we'll get a watch along in the EFL Cup in midweek or something of that description. Ooh, given away in the box there, and Wan-Bissaka goes down. I never like it when referees do that. Anthony Taylor does that. I think it's possible to not give a foul and not tell the player to get up. I don't think that's necessary. In fact, I don't know why referees are told specifically don't do that. I find it quite insulting to the player. If there's literally been a coming together, and I'll get quite annoyed about this. A professional footballer doesn't need to be told get up by a referee. It's not really the one for me, but there you go. Referees get enough disrespect. Maybe give some back to the players. Here's Odegaard on the counter. Saka into stoppage time. Saka enters the box from the right. Saka hits the shot, blasted into Shaw's chest. Saka's got it again, though. Saka, close control. Tries to curl that one. Shaw gets the block on. Headed away. Edge of the box. Partey. Anthony gets back. Zinchenko in the box. Oh, horrible giveaway. Saka hits the shot. Blocked out and caught by David De Gea. A bit frantic there, wasn't it? And that brings us to half-time. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. And I will calm myself down. We'll talk a little bit about the first half, and I will say to you guys, get your questions in for half-time. I'll go and make a drink and try and sort the lights out in here, in fact, over half-time. And if you fancy getting your questions in, really good game. Not a lot in it at all. I think even the most biased Arsenal and Manchester United fans would admit probably maybe Arsenal have edged it slightly. We're in subjective territory there. 50-50 on the possession is right down the middle. Although you can see Manchester United just edging it 196 to 183 on accurate passes, although that's not the definition of possession, is it? 0.11 only created by Manchester United on the XG, 0.93 for Arsenal. That doesn't feel like, that feels like the accumulation of chances rather than creating a few good ones and missing them, in my humble opinion. Table-wise, I mean, it works, whatever really works for Manchester City other than an Arsenal win today, doesn't it? They've already got the victory. Both sides will be dropping points. We always have this debate. Would you rather your team above you, you're chasing, loses, or would you rather both the chaser and the team you're chasing drop points in terms of a draw? Manchester City have done their bit at the top of the table. Get your questions in. I will be right back. We'll just take a little bit of a break and we will return in a couple of minutes. Fill that chat up with questions and we will see you very soon. I will be right back. Bang, crash, wallop. Right. We are back. It's half time. It's Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. I'm going to sort the lights out again. We're having such fun with this today. And get your questions in. We'll just open it up at half time. How does that look? Have we actually sorted it for once now? Does that look all right? Have I just washed my face out? There we go. Get your questions in. Half time in the watch along. We'll make it very informal before the players come out in the second half. What shall we say? Right, there we go. Video idea. Why are the top two so far clear of the rest? Would you believe, Annie? I know they're miles clear at the moment. I actually made that video probably 4 weeks ago, I reckon. And they're even more clear now. Almost like we knew what was going to happen, isn't it? Hey, but yeah. It's such a good idea, Annie. I already did it. You're not wrong, Ben. Burnley battered us for 80 minutes, sniff, and we're half decent. Very, very decent, in fact, under Corberan. What do we got here? Spurs are going to win that tomorrow. You'd make them favourites, but hey, Fulham have, I think, exceeded everybody's. I think Fulham have been brilliant this season, haven't they? Certainly exceeded my expectations. I thought 17th will do, won't it? After they were so attacking in the Championship last season. But no, very good indeed. Larry, what side of the blancmange trifle debate do I sit on? Is the debate what the name of it is? I don't know, but the 80s band Blancmange did a song, and I can't. Is it called "Living on the Ceiling"? And I'm going to sing you a bit, and it goes, "You keep me going round and round. Well, that's all right for me. Up the wall, something like that, doesn't it? Up the bloody tree." So yeah, that's all I know about Blancmange. What else we got? How many points will it take to make the Championship playoffs? Fewer than normal, we think. Good question, Ewan. I'll give you a more scientific answer than fewer than normal. So let's look at this said Championship table, and you will see what are my normal numbers. I normally know these off by heart. It's normally like 84 points or something to finish second, and I think 75 normally to get in the playoffs. But look at that standard there. Watford 44 from 28, and then you'd say QPR are 2 games back, 6 points behind them in 13th place. So unless, let's actually commit to an answer here. Unless 4 teams, and I think we all know who they are, perhaps the wealthy teams there, Watford, Norwich, Middlesbrough, West Brom in that top half, all push on in the second half of the season. My answer would be less than usual, and usual is 75. So at the moment, maybe low 70s to get in the playoffs in the Championship. That could change, of course. Keep questions coming, guys. Chris, only reason Arsenal's top is because the Premier League is its worst it's been in years. Sound familiar? Yeah, because people claim whatever league we're talking about is the worst it's been in years every year. I just feel it's a very easy thing to say. The league's the worst it's been in years. It sounds very dramatic, and you sound very clever when you say it. But, and I know Chris is being sarcastic there because he's giving me a winky, so I'm not accusing him of doing this. But it's what is called an unfalsifiable argument, a circular argument. You can't prove it or disprove it. There's no, even if points are higher or lower, that still doesn't prove a league's better or worse. It's just impossible to prove or disprove, isn't it? So I think that's probably what Chris is joking about there. Which Premier League club would you not want your club to buy a player from? Would I not want? Well, my club's in League One, Vindaloo. So I would assume every Premier League club, every player in the Premier League would probably improve my, given the difference in level. But yes, if they were grossly overpaid and we took on the contract, maybe Everton. I don't know. Who makes a late charge in the Champ and League One? Derby look good. Well, it wouldn't be a late charge with Derby because they're, I think, 13 unbeaten, but I take the point. The one who could make a late charge, I don't think they will, but if you're looking for someone in the pack, I like Charlton. Dean Holden's in there and he started well. Good young front three, Lee Byrne, Raksaki from Crystal Palace on loan. Who else they got up front? Tyrese Campbell, not the Tyrese Campbell that plays for Stoke. So I think Charlton could have a nice winning run, but I don't think they'll get in. Championship, I hate to give this answer. Who will make a late run? Nobody. The Championship, unfortunately, normally works out. The teams with the most money will finish in the playoffs. Hopefully, we'll get at least one, but I suspect ultimately the playoff winner will be receiving more broadcast money than everybody else by a factor of 2 or 5. Dave, would now be the best time to sell Willock, or will Creature be the one to get back? I don't know how long his contract is. If his contract's long, then no, keep him and he'll come good again. But if his contract's short, then yeah, maybe cash him. But it's definitely not a good time to sell, is it? If he is struggling. What do we got here? Genius I am. Wouldn't a genius get those words in the right order, Anir? Dear oh me. Fulham will win tomorrow, in my opinion. Will Port Vale, Exeter or Bristol Rovers get a playoff place? No, but they're all doing League 2 proud, having got promoted last season in League 1. Something about Mitro there. Be shocked if 75 doesn't get you playoffs. Can see 70. Yeah, possibly. It could be low, couldn't it? I'm just not, because what it would take for it to be high is for 4 teams to, obviously all get 73, 74 points, and it drags everything up. But will 4 teams do that? I'm not so sure. Travis Mkill. What subs would you make? I wouldn't make any at the moment. It's so evenly balanced. Can you ask me at the 65th minute? I'd go Weghorst, Garnacho, Tomiyasu for white, as he's on a yellow. Yeah, I honestly, I'd be surprised if either manager makes a halftime sub, but I've been wrong on that one before. But great ideas. Travis in there. What else have we got here? Come on, Man United. Says Callum. Derby, 18 unbeaten. Yeah, I'm not counting Pizza Cup matches, so we'll say 13 unbeaten. Do you think Beale had a word in his ear? No. Norwich, I don't know what that means. Norwich for champ. Okay. Who's the better Sean Dyche protege, Michael Duff or Joey Barton? That's a really good question. I prefer Joey's football because they're quite attacking and quite versatile. I think Mike Duff's the better manager right now, but there's not a lot in it. It's a good question, that actually. Good comparison. My favourite player scored, Rashford. He is tremendous indeed. Cat up, 2-3. I don't know what that means. Is that a score prediction? Would you take Jesse Marsh for your club, Ben? Please. I'm very happy with Kieran McKenna as Ipswich manager, but Jesse Marsh, if he dropped down to League One, I'm sure he could come on the staff, maybe. You meant to say it like Yoda would. Yeah, I realised that. How good would it be for Wrexham to be in the league? It'd be interesting. I think you might get a few National League fans who will go against that, given how much money and popularity they've got. Great questions, guys. Keep them coming. Schumacher to Everton. I would like that because it might weaken Plymouth, but it looks like nothing will weaken Plymouth. No, I don't see a Premier League side taking a League One manager, although I'm sure someone will give me example of when that has happened. Has that happened? The League One manager jumping straight up to the Premier League? Could a team make the Championship players with less than 70 points? I would think that's unlikely, Ewan, but you never know if everyone just keeps taking points off each other. You could get a situation as well where you get, say, I don't know, I'll pull these teams out of my backside. West Brom and Middlesbrough get over 80, and then you have a big gap, and it could be low. Who knows? I think Bill will go for chair, maybe Southampton or Everton. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think Cherry will go to Rangers. Will I think go to Premier League? Ewan, who's that in that picture? Name the player. Is that a Barnsley player? I can't tell. Who do I think will get promoted in Championship League 1 and 2? God. Easy answer to that one, isn't it? Just the 9 clubs to pick. Or even more, actually. No, 3 go up in League 2 automatically plus playoff. Oh, good shout. Who said, let me get that comment back up. Tomiyasu is coming on. Let's give this guy credit. Who said that? It's a great shout now. I said I didn't think there'd be any subs. And this guy is right. I can't find the comment. Someone's had a great shout in the chat there. And I can't see it. There we go. Someone give the guy. There we go. Travis. Tomiyasu for White. There you go. Great shout by you. Tomiyasu is coming on. Player of the championship so far. Oh, crikey. The funny thing with that question is you'd think it would have to be a Burnley player, but they're such a well-balanced team. It doesn't feel like any one player stands out massively than any of the others in there. So possibly like maybe Ndiaye for Sheffield United, something like that. Right. Thank you for the questions. Brilliant Q&A in the second half. We are back now with Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. And there was a sub at half time. Tomiyasu has come on. I'm sure they were readying him. Yeah, he's on the ball now, isn't he? Did he come on for White, as the commenter said? Martinelli knocks it inside. We'll do the teams in just a second. Here comes Anthony down the right against Zinchenko. And the ball goes out for a throw. Anthony stays down. Yeah, great shout from that commenter. Tomiyasu in for White. Clear foul there by Xhaka. Surely he gets a yellow card for that, doesn't he? A rugby tackle, we call that. If he's not been booked, he's got away with that one, hasn't he? Right, sorry, let me just get the teams up real quick. He says, bringing the championship table up, because that was the last thing we were looking at. Right, there you go. Very stop-start to the second half. So Ramsdale in goal for Arsenal. White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko. Sorry, White has been subbed out for Tomiyasu. Anthony has now been booked for a retribution tackle on Zinchenko. It's hard to tell who fouled him there. Both Fernandes and Anthony went in together. Let's have a look. Can they book both of them? Xhaka, Partey, Odegaard, Saka, Nketiah, Martinelli, Nketiah with the goal. De Gea in goal for Man United. Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, Shaw. Oh, here come Manchester United with Anthony down the right-hand side. Oh, heavy touch, good pace by Partey. Gets in front of him. Concedes a corner. Looked like he was going to completely come and sweep that one out. McTominay, Eriksen, Anthony, Fernandes, Rashford, the goal scorer, and Weghorst for Manchester United. Andy, I have to work. I have a Brill Wrestling stream. Thank you. Good luck working on a Sunday. There you go. Christopher's got his promotion teams in there. I like one of them. Don't think he's going to be right, though. Shaw sticks a corner in. And here comes an Arsenal counter with Saka. Anthony gets back. Oh, look at those feet by Saka. Outstanding by the England man. Here comes Nketiah now down the left. Good tackle there by Martinez. Fierce old game, this one. Saka, Odegaard, Tomiyasu, Odegaard. Little dink to the back post. Decent cross that. Wan-Bissaka wins the header in the air. Zinchenko into the box now. Zinchenko clips that one into the back stick. Good header by Martinez. And Anthony can't get it away. Gabriel now. Oh, looked like a foul inside the box there. Not given. We play on. Ødegaard hits the shot and it's cleared away. Be interested to see that with a very clumsy tackle inside the line of the penalty box. And Fernandes tries to clip that over the top. He's just overcooked that for Rashford, who's lightning quick, but can't get onto the end of that. Really good start to the first half, second half, like the first half, I was going to say. Sorry, disgusting slurping noise. There's no way of doing that with dignity. I have to throw it down my throat or slurp up the last bit with a straw. Saka. Xhaka. Martinelli. Martinelli against Wan-Bissaka. He's in the box now. He's beaten him. Crosses in low and cleared out by Varane in the right place. Anthony's got it. We still haven't seen a replay of that potential penalty kill, or maybe I'm pushing it. Sam, 2 games into the Wagner-Lucian. Managed to bounce on building something good. Impossible to say so far. You'd have to call it a bounce given the improvement. It's been so drastic, but yeah, it's not to rule out the second one, especially with that playing squad. That should have been doing better, really, shouldn't it? For Burnley Player of the Year is Bayer. Yeah, but I think he's agreeing with me that Burnley is just a good team rather than one individual really standing out, like a Mitrovic we've had, or a Buendia, or a Pablo Hernandez, Jack Grealish, those type of players we've had just dominate the league. Burnley, even kind of distribution of sort of quality through their team, which is a good thing. Although we love a star, don't we? Most impressive manager in the Premier League's got to be Arteta, really. Boring answer because he's top, but no one expected him to have that many points, has he? Like Pavlov's dog, whenever I watch along with you, I have to drink wine. Lovely, Mike. I had a nice glass of port. I felt very middle-aged at the end of my meal out on Friday night. Very nice too. And Nketiah bounces off to Ødegaard. Oh, Ødegaard, what a brilliant bit of skill there. Goodness me, I can't even describe what he did there. He was dribbling the ball. He dragged it back and then flipped it forward in the same movement with his instep. It was absolutely jaw-dropping bit of skill. Look at that. Christ. He sort of drags it back and then scoops it at the same time. It's a great tackle by Martinez, but what a brilliant bit of skill by Ødegaard to set that one up. What a player he is. He will definitely win Football of the Year if Arsenal win the title, won't he? Unless Haaland scores about 700 goals. Could I get a time check? Yes, you could, Sonny. But let's just see this out first. Xhaka hits the shot. Oh, he smashed it into the corner. Bukayo Saka comes in off the right-hand side. He's doing the Marcus Rashford celebration. I don't know if he's taking the mickey out of his England teammate there. But the star players are all contributing in this one. And the England players as well smashed in. It's a brilliant goal by Bukayo Saka with the left foot from outside of the box. What a strike. What a match. And we've got a third goal. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1. That may be just as good as Marcus Rashford's goal in the first half, which was outstanding. De Gea puts his hands on his hips. Do the time warp, everybody. But I think it's just a great strike. I don't think he did a lot wrong, De Gea. Let's have a look. Good feet by Saka through the crowd. It's right in the corner. Does he hit it that hard? Let's have a look. It's just a good finish right into the corner through the crowd. I don't think De Gea's done a hell of a lot wrong, has he? Bounces right next to him. No, it's just a great strike by Saka, and Arsenal go 2-1 up. First time in this game they've led. Sky, to be fair, have got a brilliant shot from behind the goal. Curls right from outside the post in. And Happy days if you're an England fan, because Rashford and Saka have both scored at that end. Superb goals by both of them as well. It is 2-1. Get your thoughts in via the comments. And I think that 50-point total is going to be coming up on the live league table there. It is. Arsenal going to 50 points. They go 5 points clear of Manchester City, who are in second. Saka's goal came in the 52nd minute. Sorry, someone asked me for a timestamp, and I never managed to give it to them because a goal flew in. Worth, Rashford and Saka's goals, the future of England. Yeah, very much so. Could be the two inside forwards, couldn't they? Rashford and Saka. Get in, lad. What a goal. Beauty, wasn't it? Absolute beauty. 3 years ago, Laudrup said Ødegaard was a player of his generation. Maybe so. Maybe so. Right, time check. Right, so it's 54:35, but I'll try and do a proper time sync at one of the at the end of a minute. Here come Manchester United responding to going behind for the first time in this game. Rashford into the box. Rashford's done well. Rashford drives the shot. Ramsdale makes the save. Rashford looks so dangerous, doesn't he? Wan-Bissaka heads down to Anthony. Anthony cuts inside, hits the shot. Easy clearance, though, for Arsenal. And it's back with David De Gea. This is beautifully set up now. Manchester United are going to have to step out to try and get the equalising goal. Don't forget, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, do hit the thumbs up button. Can Everton afford to sack Lampard? Not knowing the terms of his contract, I don't know. But even if it is going to cost them a bit of money, if they're going to go down with him, then it would be a prudent decision to do so, wouldn't it? Not saying they will, but who knows? Saka is a special player and he'll get better. Amazing player, isn't he? Saka is brilliant. Absolutely right. And he's ours for England. Oh, there's a clip over the top looking for Rashford. Tomiyasu heads it away. Partey makes the clearance, deflects off his man and wins the throw. And here's this save by Ramsdale a minute ago. Oh, it's a really good save, actually, because it takes deflection on the way through. I didn't realise quite how good a save that was. Yeah, he gets his positioning right. He gets a good good hand on that. It's really good goalkeeping by Ramsdale, who may end up... there we go. We've cut to Gareth Southgate straight away. May end up being the England keeper in not so long. Rashford cuts that back. Did it go out? I think it did. Goal kick. Right, we're coming up at 57 minutes now. It's 2-1 to Arsenal. Erik Ten Hag's got some decisions to make. What's he going to do off the bench? Because that will be coming into his thinking across the next 10 minutes. Garnacho, Elanga, Pellistri, Fred, Manu, Maguire, Malacia, Lindelof and Heaton on the bench for Manchester United. Here is Fernandes, tries to give and go inside the box. Going to be a corner to Manchester United. Ramsdale has to be number one. Will Declan Rice still be at West Ham next season? I wouldn't have thought so. We were discussing that in the WhatsApp group. The Patreon lads were discussing that just the other day, actually. Yeah, you'd think he won't be hanging around at West Ham too much longer. Corner then for Manchester United. Eriksen. I think he's told everyone what he's about to do with it, with that hand signal. Here it comes, right-footed. Ramsdale comes out, spills it. There's the header, and there is the equaliser. We were just praising Aaron Ramsdale. Big mistake by the Arsenal keeper there. And Lisandro Martinez has headed in the equaliser for Manchester United. He's in the away end there, celebrating with the fans, but it's poor from Aaron Ramsdale, the Arsenal keeper there. Real bad spill from the corner, and Martinez gets the equaliser. The World Cup winner makes it 2-2. Oh, it's poor from Ramsdale, isn't it? I think it's Tomiyasu is going to head it away, and he comes, he spills it, he's out of his goal, and the header can just float in to the empty net. 2-2. What a great game. A few of you were saying this was going to be 2-2, 3-2, etc., etc. It's turning out that way. It's absolutely brilliant. 59 minutes on the clock now, and that is the fourth goal. Martinez sticks it in. Aaron Ramsdale, though, culpable with the mistake. 2-3 coming. We will see. What a game. So Rashford gave Manchester United the lead, 17 minutes, I think it was. The equaliser was from Nketiah within 10 minutes. 1-1 at half-time. And we've had 2 goals already in this half now. Bukayo Saka smashing one in. And Lisandro Martinez heading in the equaliser. Their mistake by Ramsdale in goal. There is Sir Alex. He must be enjoying this, mustn't he? Brilliant game. And there is David Beckham. A few big names in the posh seats there at Arsenal. A mate of mine said to me, Arsenal have offered 100 million for Declan Rice. It's going to be a lot, isn't it? Arsenal can't have Leno back. Yeah, I'm not sure they'll want him. I think Ramsdale's fantastic, but he was definitely at fault for that goal, wasn't he? Not good goalkeeping from Ramsdale. Having made a really good save not too long beforehand. And they're just feeling the heat a little bit now. Rashford going in and pressing. Look a little bit rattled at the back, Arsenal, don't they? Tomiyasu is going to take the throw in. Keep your comments coming, guys. Keep the debate coming. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on the video. Help us reach as many people as we possibly can. Here, Varane chasing back, cool and calm. Knocks into Martinez, who just got the equalising goal scorer. Wan-Bissaka. Anthony, nice play. Drifts that into McTominay. McTominay looking for Weghorst. Not quite on the same wavelength there, those two. Tomiyasu's giving it away. Rashford's giving him a bit of a chasing at the moment. Rashford into the box. Tomiyasu does well. It's given away. I think Anthony was trying to do a trick. He barely had control of the ball, though. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. I think there's a shirt pull as that one came away on Thomas Partey. 62 on the clock. Arsenal 2, Man United 2. Brilliant game. Tomiyasu, who's not had it easy off Rashford since he's come on, has he? Nice switch of play, though. Here's Zinchenko. Zinchenko down the line to Martinez. Is inside the box. Sorry, Martinelli, excuse me. Odegaard tries the shot, gets blocked off, and Luke Shaw is going to come away with it. Oh, Shaw, lovely ball behind Tomiyasu for Rashford. Rashford 1v1 with Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu does well there in the end. Here is Zinchenko to Odegaard. Saka into the box. Saka puts it in low, and Nketiah is there on the near post, but it's blocked out. Would you take on Weghorst or Anthony first? Well, Travis, if you're the guy that called that half-time sub, I'll let you say, because you evidently know more than I about it. I think they quite like the physical presence of Weghorst, so maybe he won't come off. I'm trying to work out whether I've chipped my glass case cover or the actual screen on my phone. I'll be annoyed if that's the screen on my phone. Ramsdale knocks that one out to Saliba. Tomiyasu coming down the right-hand side. Knocks it back in to Saliba. Little bit of possession for Arsenal. It's been quite back and forth, hasn't it? Sure, as an optional centre-back. Thanks for guessing me out. There you go. United sure could use Sanchez and Martial. Yeah, neither of those boys on the bench, are they? Here's Martinelli, though, down the left for Arsenal. Oh, lovely round the corner from Zinchenko. Xhaka in the box, puts it across low. It's fallen to Odegaard. Oh, he couldn't hit that one first time. He just had a touch, and by the time he controlled it, I think Manchester United had two players then closing him down. Lovely ball by Zinchenko, wasn't it, round the corner? He's just got to hit that one first time. But to be fair to Odegaard, it's coming along beside him to his left-hand side. Oof, best Premier League goalkeeper, Peter Schmeichel, eh? I think he'll be a lot of people's number one. Corner comes in, headed wide by Gabriel. Here's a shot from Odegaard. Good block by Eriksen, it was. Mikel Arteta as hyperactive as ever in his technical box. Manchester United playing it in their own penalty box there between Varane and De Gea and Martinez. Arsenal pressing it pretty heavily. Here's Odegaard. Partey. Partey knocks that one inside. Zinchenko. Gabriel. Did they bring Trossard on yet? No, that's a point. We may well see him very, very soon. The only sub so far in this game has been Tomiyasu, who came in at half-time for Ben White. Free kick taken nice and quickly there by Manchester United. And down the left they come. Luke Shaw tries to pop the cross and it's blocked out by Tomiyasu. And we are going to get a sub. Looks like Fred is going to be the first one to come in. Is Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Anthony, Varane. They're on top right now, Manchester United, but this game's flowed back and forth so much that means very little, I have to say. I'm sure it'll flow in either direction again, both directions before the end of the match. And Nketiah's got it. He knocks it outside to Saka. Double step over from him. Again, Shaw, his England partner. Tomiyasu crosses it to the back post. Martinelli heads it goalwards, cleared. Zinchenko. Zinchenko comes back out to Gabriel. Martinelli. Zinchenko. Gabriel. Xhaka. Saliba. Arsenal having to go all the way back into the centre circle. Let me know, what would you do off the bench? How would you change this one? Assuming both managers all fancy going for the win. Gabriel. Xhaka. Saka. Saka into the box. Can he get it on the left foot? Yes, he can. Hits the shot. Oh, I think he's hit the post there. De Gea had completely lost that one. How close was that? We need to see the replay. I think they might have hit the post, unless it hit the stanchion behind the goal. Took a deflection. Oh, yes, it did hit the base of the post. Oh, they've got the camera behind the goal. Let's have a look. Ooh, the deflection had done De Gea, I think. Should be a corner if they've picked up on that. But it looks like we're going to get the sub first. Fred to come on. Anthony is going to go off. I don't know whether they'll move Eriksen one row further forward and Fred will sit there next to McTominay. He's pointed somewhere. I assume that's to Eriksen to head a little bit further forward. We'll see where Eriksen goes. Fred's just giving all the instructions as he comes off the bench. In comes the corner. Headed away. And I think Eriksen, well, hard to say in his new position wherever he's been moved to, because he was just defending a corner, but he makes the clearance. Martinelli, always done well. Goes between two. Still Martinelli in the box. Good tackle by Varane. Eriksen sweeps it up again. Do you know what? They might have moved McTominay further forward, maybe just as a presser. Who knows? We'll find out when this settles down, but we don't really want it to settle down because it's such a great game. Here is Saka. Zinchenko, Tomiyasu. Over on the right wing. Any thoughts on Danny Ings 15 million versus Felix 11 million on a 4-match slide? I think you might have answered your own question there, Vindaloo. One does seem a bit more prudent business than the other, doesn't it? Slide down the line to Saka. Reverse ball to Tomiyasu, who crosses, looking for Xhaka. Great header by McTominay, who's played well, actually, hasn't he? The Manchester United central midfielder. Xhaka. Martinelli. I said this one was flowing back and forth. Arsenal are on top now, again. Saliba. Tomiyasu. Saka. Nketiah. Saka. Nice switch of play by him. Zinchenko, left-hand side. Zinchenko crosses easy for De Gea. 72-37 on the clock. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 2. Really, really good game. Last 10 minutes possession, 75% Arsenal, says Sky. Nketiah. Back to Partey. Arsenal turning the screw. They look the more likely winners right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if that changed at some point. Tomiyasu crosses in. McTominay again, just sat in front of his centre-backs. Controls that and boots it clear. Xhaka. 2-2. Where's Alan Sunderland when you need him? What cup final is that, Mike? 79? No, 77, right? Because you know he won it in 78, don't you? Saliba knocks that one into the front. And Ketia, though, has fouled his man, and they all fall down. Oh, look, I was right the first time. I shouldn't have second-guessed myself, should I? 1979, hey? Jakub Kivior is pictured in the crowd, about to join Arsenal, it says. I'm sure I've butchered his name there. The cameras are focused on Leandro Trossard, who has joined Arsenal already. And are we expecting to see him yet? They're both playing a big game of poker with each other now, though Arteta and Ten Hag. 74.50 on the clock now. And neither of them have really wanted to commit too much to substitutions yet. We've seen Tomiyasu in at half-time for Arsenal. Fred came in for Anthony maybe 5 minutes ago for Manchester United. Just to try and tighten up that central midfield area. Spezia defender, I believe. Ray Kennedy. Did he score in that cup final as well? Is Steve McLaren back at Man United? I didn't even realise that. Sensational. Here's Gabriel. Oof, need to get that right, and he did. Zinchenko, though, doesn't. He gives it away to McTominay. McTominay tries to thread it through. He's going to fall for Eriksen. No, it's not. Tap back to Ramsdale, who clears. Scary moment there at the back. Varane. Martinez going to go long. I was just going to say they haven't got Rashford on the ball lately, but he's on it now. Well, he must have come from an offside position. Still, no subs. You can see them all warming up there. Both teams subs there, in fact. McTominay chests, hooks it away. Partey wins it. Odegaard knocks it back to him. Nice drive forward by Partey. Partey into the box, tries to play in Nketiah. 50-50 between Shaw and Saka, and Shaw gets it clear. Oh, lovely touch off by Weghorst there. Slid through looking for Rashford. Is he going to get there first? Ramsdale comes out, misses it. Rashford goes down. No foul given. We are playing on. He nearly got in behind there, Rashford. Need to see a replay to see if anyone took anybody out, so to speak. Didn't look like it. But I've been wrong before. Here comes Tomiyasu. Saka. Flipped into the back post. Martinelli's got a bit of time. Flips it up. Those closed down. Should have headed straight for goal, shouldn't he? Still going there. Martinelli hits the shot. And Martinez, the Argentine, gets his head on it. Ugh. I think maybe De Gea was saving that, but Martinez was not to know. That means Suarez to Fulham. Good authority. The club have agreed a deal. Oh, there we go. Transfer rumours. Supporters poll. West Brom here. Ipswich. Corner to Arsenal. Curled in. Headed clear by Varane. Zinchenko. Nketiah. And Nketiah into the box, tries to take on Wan-Bissaka, who slides in. Good tackle by Wan-Bissaka. He gets it clear. Is that going to fall for Eriksen? Nope. Saliba to Tomiyasu. Up the line it goes to Saka, who put Arsenal 2-1 up at the start of the second half. Zinchenko had a ball on the outside there. He tried the more difficult one. Ends up getting out to Martinelli in the end. Tried to find his way round Wan-Bissaka. It's been a really good battle, Martinelli and Wan-Bissaka. This is Wan-Bissaka a couple of minutes ago on the Sky replay against Nketiah. Wins that one nice and clean. We still haven't seen a replay of that. Ramsdale possibly on Rashford from a few minutes back. In comes the corner. Good punch by De Gea. Zinchenko. Saka drives into the box. Saka beats his man. He dived in there. Dangerous. Saka clips it in. Little flip up. And Nketiah tries to head it. Goal was still alive. Flicked up in the air. Tomiyasu was there, and it's cleared by Wan-Bissaka. Oh, when Bukayo Saka was going in the box then, I think it was it McTominay threw himself in if he'd just gone over him. Although here they come again, Odegaard. Crosses. Oh, Xhaka arriving. Spooned up in the air. Poor punch by De Gea. Volleyed by Martinelli. Here's Partey. He dummies the shot. Plays it out wide. Good composure. Martinelli. Really dangerous moment for Manchester United. Cleared away by Wan-Bissaka. Goodness me. How didn't they manage to get a shot on goal through that whole scramble? Martinelli. Little back heel to Xhaka. And Bruno Fernandes, it feels like I haven't mentioned for about half an hour, gets in and plays that across to Wan-Bissaka. Weghorst. Fernandes tries to switch the play, cut out by Saka. And Gabriel's got it. Arsenal really going for it here. We've got a head injury. It looks like we do. Bruno Fernandes is down. Oh, do I think Finazaz is good enough for the Premier League? No, not yet, but give him a bit more time. I don't, again, be another one jumping up from League One, where he's currently on loan at Plymouth. I think he'd need to go in the Championship first before he stepped up to the Premier League, but I like the player. These nuts. Yo. Trossard, the new signing from Brighton, is ready to go. And Martinelli, who I think's played quite well, is coming off. Here's that possible coming together. No, there's nothing in it at all, is there? Ramsdale slides through. Rashford just tries to get out of the way. It's a lovely ball by Fernandes, wasn't it? Ramsdale, in fact, is quite clever. He just jumps out the way. Selector. Nice. Partey. Tomiyasu. Saka. That's a foul by Luke Shaw. I got the ball. When a football player is going to stop saying I got the ball when they've fouled somebody. A yellow card, in fact, for Luke Shaw, who did not get the ball and did indeed foul, maybe touch the ball. That doesn't mean it's not a foul, though. I think Luke Shaw knows that as well. Jim, need Wednesday to get back over the line so I can get Ben Shepherd. Do you know what, Jim? I've done a few League One videos recently. Actually, been quite enjoying it, to be honest. So maybe we'll do a bit more enjoying this title race. Well, there's obvious reasons why I could enjoy it more, but certainly box office. Free kick to Arsenal. In it comes. Is he going to fall? Yes, it is. Oh, great save by De Gea. Oh, it was bouncing about. I wondered whether it would fall to an Arsenal player. And Eddie Nketiah has a clean shot at goal from about 8-10 yards out. He puts it fairly well in the corner, I think. It's a really good save by De Gea. Oh, he's even closer than that, isn't he? He's got to score that, hasn't he, Nketiah? It's all bouncing about. We're not going to get to see the actual shot because they're about to take the corner. Oh, sorry, the long throw in. Hurled in. McTominay gets the head on it. Tomiyasu then knocks it back to Zinchenko. Tomiyasu. Knocked back. Tomiyasu deflects it kind of inside. And Weghorst, the big guy, makes the clearance. Here's Tomiyasu again. Can't get by Luke Shaw. Hopefully we'll get another look at that chance. It was a really good chance for Nketiah, wasn't it? Where you think, just find the corner. But De Gea made the save. Here's Saka in the box. Saka puts it across. Wan-Bissaka, not like the one in the first half, really had to deal with that one. Sticks it out for a corner. Sensible stuff. Arsenal really pushing for this winning goal. Can they get it? Trossard is going to take the corner. Conceded by Wan-Bissaka. In it comes. Floaty one, not a good one. Headed up in the air. And headed back towards De Gea, who coolly chests the ball down before he catches it. And as he runs away, has he been fouled? Looks like he has. Cameras didn't pick that up, and Nketiah apologises. And De Gea holding his shoulder. I'm sure he's absolutely fine. Oh dear. He's milking that one, isn't he? Bit of a pro wrestling reaction, let's just say. Holding his shoulder, but he's absolutely fine. Yeah, he doesn't quite. I said he put it fairly well in the corner, and Nketiah, who just in the replay doesn't find the corner at all, does it? That was the chance. In fact, he scuffs it, doesn't he? Doesn't get a clean strike on that. I think if he does hit it clean, he scores, doesn't he? Good save nonetheless by De Gea. Here is Eriksen driving through the middle. Eriksen into the box. Eriksen hits the shot, deflected, corner. Opened up for Eriksen there, didn't it? And it's a Manchester United corner from the right-hand side. Arsenal have looked more likely to win in the last sort of 10, 15 minutes. But it's 2-2. And Manchester United have got a corner with 3 and a bit minutes to go of normal time. Shaw puts the cross in, headed away. 50-50 there, won by Saka. Wan-Bissaka fouls him. Surely he's going to get a yellow card for that, isn't he? A shoulder high tackle, let's just say. The contact is foot on foot, but he's got to get booked for that, hasn't he? Surely. Saka's up and running. I can't believe Wan-Bissaka hasn't got booked for that. If you want to see some great skill, watch Lee Trundle. Well, there you go. A Swansea legend. Benicofobia is a free agent. He's playing in the UAE. Well, there you go. As long as there are no arm bars or clotheslines. Yeah, very nice. How long to go? 2 minutes. Here's McTominay. Tries to play it into Weghorst. Xhaka. Tomiyasu. Saka. Saka drifts inside. Fred takes it off Ødegaard. Manchester United hanging in there. It's back with Martinez, who doesn't want to boot that down the ground. Plays it into Fred, and Arsenal win the throw-in. 88:45 on the clock. Should be 5 or 6 minutes stoppage time as well. Don't really want this one to end. It's been really, really good, hasn't it? Apart from the fact my studio has been freezing all winter. And it's much warmer in the house. 0.29 XG to Man United. Here's Zinchenko. Puts the cross in. And it's into the back of the net. Is he onside? I'm not sure. He's celebrating Nketiah. Zinchenko hit the shot. And Nketiah, I think, got the final touch. We'll have to check on the offside. I'm not going to get carried away yet. Have we got the winner? Arsenal have the ball in the back of the net. They're celebrating like they have won the game. I need to see them run this one back. It looked like Nketiah got a touch. We'll find out whether he's onside or not in just a second. We still haven't seen a replay yet. It's Zinchenko celebrating. Let's have a look at this one. It was Trossard. Oh, there might even be an offside in the build-up. That will be an interesting one they'll have to take. Nketiah is not offside, actually. Wan-Bissaka's playing him on. I wonder if there's one earlier in the move. Nketiah is not... Yeah, surely Wan-Bissaka is playing him onside. I just wondered whether there was one earlier in the move. I think when they play it to Zinchenko, VAR is checking the goal. Nketiah doesn't look offside. I wonder if they need to wind it back. I'm pretty sure Nketiah is on when he puts it in. And the goal does stand. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. I'm sure they're going to give it to Nketiah. I'd be interested to see the pass to Zinchenko in the build-up, but Arsenal have the lead. A few of you predicted a 3-2, and that is exactly what we've got. Zinchenko, it's Odegaard, and the scruffiest of finishes, Nketiah gets his second of the game, just gets a shin on it. Arteta goes crazy. The Arsenal bench go crazy. No one really knew until we saw the replays, but it looked like Wan-Bissaka was playing Nketiah on. Again, earlier in the move, I think Zinchenko gets played in like earlier in the phase, and that one looked very tight as well. But I'm sure they've checked it all. The goal stands, and it's Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. I don't know what the timing of that goal is. It's coming up as 90, so... wow, what a match. Ramsdale might sleep now, yes. He was certainly culpable for the 2-2 goal. Is that the last goal of this game? How much stoppage time went up? I don't think anybody saw. The entire 2 minutes of stoppage time so far has been the goal and checking the goal, hasn't it? Garnacho has come on for Varane, which feels like an attacker for a centre-half. Garnacho is wearing number 49. And they're just going to have to kitchen sink it for the rest of stoppage time. Going to get a sub for Arsenal as well. Rob Holding's going to come on. Spare defender for the remainder of this one. Odegaard comes out, and I'm guessing Arsenal will just go to a back three, or Holding will play as a holding midfielder and header stuff away as it comes into the box. We'll see. Wearing number 16, 93 on the clock. I didn't even see how much stoppage time there was. Goodness me. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. Fernandes chips it in, headed away by Zinchenko. Xhaka. This has felt like an old school tussle between these two. Arsenal deserved that. Still not 100% sure. They only showed that once, didn't they, Mark? I'll have to have another look at that. But yeah, Nketiah was certainly onside, wasn't he? But Hard to say. Here come Trossard. Sorry, with Arsenal with Trossard and Ketia. How much stoppage time was there? We're at 93:48 on the clock. I assume nothing really starts stoppage time wise until about 92 minutes because of the VAR check for the goal. Here is Zinchenko and Ketia, who's on a hat-trick now. He's just running the ball into the corner. 94:10 on the clock. Wan-Bissaka. Saliba hoofs it down the ground. And that is full time. Well played, Arsenal. Their amazing season goes on. They've beaten Manchester United 3-2. They have an incredible 50 points, Arsenal, from 19 games. They're 5 points clear of Manchester City with a game in hand. Let's have a look at the Premier League table as that leaves us. You can see there, Arsenal 50, Manchester City won earlier today, 45, and they've now played half their games, Arsenal, and I think we can all do the math. They're projecting a 100-point season, which I'm sure they won't get, but they've got to be really contenders to do this, even though everyone thinks there'll probably be a run from Man City in the second half of the season. Absolutely fantastic game. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. It was Rashford with the opening goal. Brilliant strike by him with his right foot into the bottom corner. And Ketia, close range header for 1-1 on 24 minutes. Into the second half, Saka gives Arsenal the lead. Mistake by Ramsdale in the goal and headed in by Martinez for 2-2. And then in the last minute, Eddie Nketiah kind of shins in. I can't even remember who had the shot now. Zinchenko cut it back. Odegaard possibly, was it? And Nketiah shins it in. VAR had to check, but there was nothing wrong with Nketiah's position. Wow. Amazing game in this one. I'm going to go and quickly try and help bath Enid before she goes to bed at 7 o'clock. I will be back here on the internet later on the Blue Monday podcast at 8 p.m. So you can join me later. Enjoyed that. What a game. Thanks, Ben and chat. An average game at Ashton Gate. Good stuff. Thanks for the stream. I voted for this live stream. Thank you. The quality in the chat is a bonus. Absolutely. Brilliant game. Arsenal are the real deal. It was a superb game. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. We're going to be chatting League One and Ipswich specifically on the Blue Monday podcast over on that channel, 8 p.m. tonight. I'll be back with a pre-recorded video tomorrow. Thank you all for the support. Hit thumbs up before you go. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. What a game. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. See you very soon.